Good morning, travelers. Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot, and I'm going to come to you today with a short open reading. I am using the um, Marseille Tarot, and something told me to just go ahead and lay the spread, and I'm kind of glad that I did. I normally don't do that. I do shuffle the cards in front of you and lay the spread so that you know that I did not just arbitrarily pull cards out, but um, in a way, I'm glad that I went ahead and put the spread down because it took me probably about 5 minutes to understand what it is that I'm looking at. I would like to welcome my new subscribers and thank my old subscribers for sticking with me into 2017. Welcome. You can go to the About box section of my channel. There you can find the link to the Facebook group, to Twitter, to Tumblr. If you would like a personal reading, you can simply click on one of the links that appears in the right hand corner of the video. That'll take you directly over to my website. I do readings 6 days a week. I do ask that you read before you make payment and you book, that you read the important information on booking, because that will explain a lot to you. I'm having a few issues with my server right now, so the messages aren't coming directly to my email. I'm having to log into the host website to get the notifications when people are booking. So if it takes a minute for me to get back to you, just kind of bear with me. I have a lot of other projects going on right now. That being said, we're going to go ahead and get into this reading. For those of you who do not know the tarot, it is broken into two groups. One group is known as the Major Arcana. These are life lessons and spiritual growth lessons. And then the other portion is broken into what are known as the pip cards. And the pip cards are going to be our numbered cards, our ones, which are our aces, and we do have an ace here, through the number 10, okay? And they will also include our court cards, which are going to be our kings, queens, pages, and knights. So I have 9 cards down, and this is quite intriguing to me, because it's kind of speaking of 2 or 3 things at the same time, and that's how the tarot works. It speaks on many dimensions at the same time. And right in the center, I have the Chariot card. Now, this deck has a different language than the Rider-Waite deck, okay? But I'm just going to explain it to you strictly from an intuitive standpoint. Right in the center, I have the Chariot. This is our Major Arcana. It is a number 7. Now, in numerology, the number 7 is a spiritual number, but it also represents a number of conflict, inner conflict. So this could be simply trying to decide in which direction you should go, or you're feeling 2 ways about something, or you're not exactly sure what you should do. This is what the number 7. So there's a conflict there, okay? But the conflict is, because this is a major arcana, the conflict has some type of spiritual consequence or spiritual reward associated with it, okay? Reward. The meaning of the card itself, this card in this deck, the meaning of the Chariot is dare and win, okay? So what I'm looking at is, let me show you the cards. Ace of Swords, 4 of Coins, 2 of Cups, King of Coins, the Chariot, the 3 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords, and then the 2 of Wands. Now, it is more heavily weighted towards the swords. And I feel that in one respect, this is talking about, or is perhaps in reference to, the new moon in Aquarius that will be occurring on January 28th. But because the cards speak on many dimensions, we can also assume in one respect that this is speaking about the new upcoming eclipse season for 2017. All of the eclipses will be occurring across the Aquarius Leo axis. There is a bunch of karma and fate. Now, Aquarius rules groups, charitable organizations, friends. It is about the community, having common interest with the community, shared common interest where everybody works for the common good. Okay. Leo is rules the fifth house, so it is about babies, lovers, children, millennials. Okay. And in a sense, because it is Leo, it also represents about the self or the ego, because it's ruled by the sun. Now, the moon, the chariot represents the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. Okay, so that's where I'm picking up on the new moon coming in. Even though I don't have a moon card here, that's where I'm getting that information from. And what I see, the way the cards are read, past, present, and future, past, present, and future. And what I'm looking at is that there are a lot of there's a lot of mental activity going on here. Now, the Ace of Swords typically represents a truth, a clarity, a realization of something, but it is also a yes card. All aces are yeses. But the thing about the aces is that they also are basically just opportunities, okay? So in other words, if you're not in the right place at the right time and an opportunity comes up, then you miss it. But also at the same time, it is about a new opportunity coming in, and you've got to figure out what you have to do in order to take advantage of that. Now, I have Ace of Swords, Four of Coins, and then the Two of Cups. I feel that for some of you, that this is about an opportunity to gain a stability. The Four of Coins is, it is a card of financial stability. It can also just be about the benefits of having a stable environment or a stable foundation. Okay. I feel that some of you have presented with an opportunity to gain some type of stability through a partnership. Now, we do know that we are under the Jupiter and Libra cycle, and Jupiter represents, Jupiter represents expansion and growth and opportunity. Libra rules marriages, committed partnerships, and business partnerships. So this Two of Cups could be that some of you have an opportunity to gain some type of financial stability through one of those types of partnerships: committed relationship, a business partnership, or a marriage. Okay. But the Two of Cups is also, because this is the card of partnership. But the thing about the Two of Cups is that it is the kind of attraction where, in a sense, you know that you have met your match, but at the same time, emotions and feelings can turn around and completely extinguish themselves. So that is the way the house of Libra, the seventh house, works. It is either about having that type of partnership where there is balance and equality and fairness in it, or it turns into the house of open enemies. Okay? Feelings can turn around and extinguish themselves. Sometimes the Two of Cups can be about really finding the balance within. Okay. And about, it's ruled by Venus, Libra is, and it's really about self-love as well. And I say that because I have this heart at the bottom of that. Can you see that heart shape underneath that? Okay. And there's abundance there. Now, these are supposed to be flowers, but they look like fish to me. Again, it's kind of echoing the theme of the chariot there, the Cancer, because it's the glyph. Is that the glyph of the two fishes, or is that Pisces? No, that's Pisces. Okay. Anyway, Across the middle row, what I'm looking at is, if this is not about an earth sign individual, and we're not going to ascribe it to just being a man or a woman, we're just going to say an earth sign individual, then it is about having, again, a stable foundation. This is what this guy represents. Now, he can have stability in finances and business. So for some of you, I do feel that this may be a business partnership. But as we know, marriages, that's what they are. They are business partnerships, even if you don't look at it like that. And what I see is that this King of Coins here is really trying to move in a direction. Now, what's interesting about the Chariot is that the figure in the Chariot is controlling that chariot, and but there are no reins. He's not holding any reins. So this is about, again, about the balance, the yin and yang, the light and the dark. This is about getting a hold of those, perhaps about getting a hold of your emotions, and being able to, if you can keep a hold of your emotions and stay focused and balanced, then really you're able to kind of move through a situation with the least amount of drama. Let me put it that way. Doesn't always work like that, but ideally that's what we want. So I can see that this King of Coins is really trying to move. The Chariot can be about travel, actual travel, but he can also be just trying to move through a situation. Now, what we know about the Chariot is that it's a war vehicle. So it's not something cushy. It's not like an Aston Martin or a Rolls Royce or a Cadillac. You know, it's just your base kind of hoopty vehicle. And it may take you a long time to get where you're going. It may be a bumpy, dusty ride, but eventually, you know, you will arrive there. So this to me speaks to some type of struggle and some type of trying to move through either a life lesson. Okay, this could be a life lesson about just partnership in general, or about romantic relationships, or about the partnership of the self. And here I have the Three of Swords. Now, in the Rider-Waite deck, the Three of Swords speaks to an emotional heartache or sorrow or loss or necessary loss. In this deck, it speaks to a victory. So this is about someone really getting a handle on perhaps figuring out what they need to do to gain the balance within themselves. You see, it's trying to come to me and I can't explain it. This is about being able to figure out exactly what it is that you need to do. And whatever decision that you've made, know that, okay, that there is a victory in it. That's backed up by this Ace of Swords. Now, the bottom row is what I find to be interesting, because here I have an air sign individual, a King of Swords. The Knight of Swords represents, as you can see, they're going in different, this is about forward movement, but here we have something leaving the scene. It is traveling back towards the past. Now, both the Chariot and the Knight of Swords are both looking towards the past, but the two kings are looking towards the future. This card is about hovering above practical concerns. It's about having the desire and their energy to continue forward, but perhaps maybe not knowing exactly how you're going to do that. Maybe this is why the Chariot has shown up in the center, because we can see that we need the balance in order to drive this Chariot. And maybe this means that we have to leave some idea behind. Okay, there's something that we're still interested in doing, but at the moment, we're going to have to leave that behind or put it on the back burner. The King of Swords is a mastermind. This is someone who is able to put aside their emotions and use all of their rationale, their logic, and their intellect in order to achieve whatever it is that they want to achieve. Here we have the Two of Wands, and twos, we have two twos here. And the Two of Wands in this deck, let me read you the interpretation. It's not that different from what is in the, what do you call it? In the Rider-Waite deck. The Two of Wands, it says 2 or more ways open before the querent. This is you, since I'm reading for you. And all of them are promising. Stopping for a moment before taking a decision that will bear long-term consequences. we can see here, there's some kind of victory that we've moved through. But then we see somebody either hesitating or stopping. They're going in the opposite direction. I feel that for some of you, this is about making a decision to move forward in a direction. It definitely has to do with some type of partnership. And because this Three of Swords falls in between these two twos here, because again, the twos are about balance and harmony. I have two kings. I have the Two of Cups, the Two of Wands. I have the two horses here in the front. And I also have, if you take a look at that, I have the two coins at the top and the two coins at the bottom. And this brings about a nice balance and a nice symmetry there. So this could literally be about joining forces with someone. Now, the way where the Two of Cups has fallen, I can't say necessarily that this is going to be a romantic relationship, although it very well could be. It could simply be just the partnership. Two people coming together, maybe because it'll be easier for them to handle their finances or their day-to-day, whatever. Maybe it's combining my income with your income, and together we can do a lot more things. And that can play out in any situation, okay? We see that this King of Swords is actually contemplating this. It says meeting someone while going his own way as both paths cross each other. And this is why we have the Chariot in the center. I feel that there is a King of Coins, an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn individual, and perhaps an air sign individual, Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. These are two people who have met, and perhaps when they met, there was an instant attraction, something quite stable about it, like, yes, this is finally, I have met my match here. But for whatever reason, somebody has left the picture. And I think that both of these people are, you see, they're looking in the same direction, but look what separates them. You know, this is somebody leaving the scene. And I feel in one respect that this King of Pentacles says, okay, look, whatever, I will accept that we can't be together right now. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do whatever it is that I have to do. Yet I still have the desire to advance if this should come around again. This King of Swords, I think, is now perhaps giving some thought. That's what the swords are about. They're about thoughts, ideas, beliefs, perceptions, okay, and communications. So I do feel that there was a victory when these two people met, but that for whatever reason, okay, it didn't quite come together. Now, this is what these two cards in line with this King of Swords is what is kind of throwing me here. Let me take a look at the Four of Coins. Material solidity, a secure base. Relations with respected and trustworthy institutions. Tradition, reputation, and honor. Reliability gained over time. Preserving the existing assets. Doing things in the old and time-tested ways. But now the reverse of that is a conservative attitude, rigidity, and outdated perspectives. Now, in one respect, that could be why these two people did not come together. We're going to pull Sabila's on this and take a look, because it's almost like the cards are saying that there is a relationship in the making, and that one person, you know, if this is about someone's values, okay, then what this says is that there is a victory in maintaining and sticking to your values, okay? Even if someone else does not really accept those. There's a victory in that. And if you have been struggling with someone where your values don't seem to, or one person does not appreciate the other person's values, I think in one respect, it's not really about the values not matching up. I think it's about one person wanting one thing and another person wanting another thing. But it really looks as though that there is going to be a change coming up. There are no fives here. But simply because from the simple fact that the Chariot sits in the center, this tells me that there has to be a change because something moves. The universe does not allow things to stay static. That's what that 4 represents. 4s are really about sometimes stagnation, things not moving. And here's the Chariot. Our paths cross, and at the time it wasn't the right time for us to, but now, you know, I'm going to reconsider that. That's what the 2s are. They're about choices. But this 3 of Swords says there's a victory here. So let's take a look at because it's what they're not telling me is because we see there's a movement here. This way somebody has perhaps quickly left the scene, but yet the yes that it's time for you to take, you know, to take a chance. That's what it's about. Yes, take that chance. Take it. Dare and win. So this could literally be some type of negotiation coming up. Maybe someone approached you previously. Perhaps you saw the value or the benefit in joining forces with that person, but for whatever reason, somebody changed their mind. Perhaps both people. I don't see any conflict here between the 2 people. That doesn't necessarily mean it's not true. But it could be an emotional conflict. Why? Because the Chariot represents Cancer. Cancer represents the moon. The moon is all about emotions. Okay. We're going to use the Indo-Venus. Oh, hold it to see. Now that just flew out. Inconstancy. Now that could be why. That could be why. Because this reads like a wishy-washy energy. It kind of does. The Chariot with the Knight of Swords. So we're going to lay that, because that Knight of Swords is kind of what's throwing me off. And this might be a confusing reading, but I'm getting a lot of messages and I can't get something that's quite coherent from it. So I'm trying to interpret the best way that I can. I can only give it to you as it comes to me. But there's, you know, there's a profusion of swords here. So this is really about communicating with people. It is about truths being realized. It is about people running away from the truth. It is about, I think, conflicting ideas. That's why we have the inconstancy card here. This could be about someone who, you know what, that push-pull energy. These 2 cards imply some kind of permanence or stability or what do you call it? Something stable, steady. But then these 2 cards say otherwise. And this is the only Cup card that I have. The rest of it and the only Wands card. Only one of those. There's some kind of block here. And sometimes that's how that King of Swords can read, like a blocking energy. Chatter. I don't know. Gossip. Talk. and some type of deception. This card represents the Seven of Swords here. So there looks like they're, you know, you see, look, with this king here, we have the Two of Cups, the king, and the Two of Wands. And he's sandwiched in between the two of them. And I do feel that this is someone who perhaps has accepted the word of another person, even though they don't like it, and they're going to just kind of move forward. But yet I still feel that they're, in other words, whatever the situation is really speaking about, it's not over. We know that Mercury will be coming out of its direct shadow phase on the 28th, the same day as the new moon goes into Aquarius. So this could be not having all the information that you need in order to make, and the reason why I say that, you see, there's two faces on his shoulder. There's two faces. There's two faces on his shoulders. He has one face, and that one face is looking at this King of Swords. So this could even be about, for some reason, picking up on the fact that someone's not being honest with you intuitively. So let's take a look at what the Two of Cups is trying to tell us. Presence. The pensioner. So it would be someone maybe older. And the weakness. Now, with the Two of Cups, that describes a partnership. So this is perhaps the fact that the meeting or the coming together of the two people is really a gift. The pensioner could be someone who is either older or someone who is, remember this card was talking about someone being rigid and sticking to the old ways. But here we have the card of weakness or illness. So it kind of tells me that whatever this Two of Cups is representative of, somebody's having a real difficult time with it. I do not feel that it is representative of this King of Pentacles. Why? Because when I look at the knighting, you know, rather balanced. It is, remember I said I was having trouble with the Four of Coins and the Chariot? This energy is a stuck energy, and this energy says, you know, it's time to move on now. You're gonna have to get up and move. You're gonna have to do something. But this person has two, they both have two faces. This King and the Chariot, they both have two faces. Well, some money, the enemy. But then I have success. Isn't that odd? Isn't that odd? And what's even more odd is that he is dressed just like this guy. I don't know if you can see that. They have on the same colored jacket and the pants. Remember I was saying that it's like a, it can become the house of open enemies. So it looks as though perhaps this was some kind of business deal. And maybe this is about the enemy and success. Some money, the enemy, and success. The Namico. You know, it is a business deal. And it's like one's related to the other. This could be someone not being in a position to go into a marriage, or feel or think that they're not able to go into some type of romantic relationship because their finances aren't right. Yet at the same time, there's something wrong with the business. It's like they're I don't know. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at this Two of Wands here. That's our exit card. And that's the energy is, this is so weird. This is just a weird spread. And I'm really kind of confused as to what they're trying to tell me here. Because this is kind of saying that things are up in the air, They're just kind of up in the air. There's a choice to be made here. Well, would you look at this? Oh, wow. A trip. The consultant. Now, there is a lawyer card in this deck. So I don't think that this is speaking about a lawyer. So we could look at the consultant as an accountant. I don't know, somebody who you go to get advice from. Yeah? But look what came up. The marriage card. The marriage card. Remember I was saying it's like the two people may come together and join forces together. Okay, well, we can look at this as being, yes, the actual marriage, but then again, any type of partnership is like a marriage. The reason why the 7th house of Libra is known as the house of marriage is because it rules partnerships and there are legalities involved. So let's say, for instance, you and I decide to join forces and open up a business together. Okay, that business now becomes like a marriage. Okay, we are literally wedded to each other. So there are financial concerns, there are investment concerns, there are concerns in which way we choose to take the business, what clients we decide to take on, which clients we decide not to take on. Do I travel here to visit that person? Do we invite that client to come in and visit with us? There are legalities involved and decisions to be made. So, wow. Okay, let's see what was underneath the deck. Look, it's a legal issue, judgment, and it is yet to be determined. It is yet to be determined. And a lot of times I see this card as an announcement. And an announcement can be anything. It can be a wedding, an engagement, the birth of a baby, something new being born, not necessarily from a reproductive standpoint, but this could be some kind of project coming together. It could be that you've been waiting on a legal judgment to come in. You haven't been hearing anything. That judgment is about to come down. Okay. And that could be in any respect. It could be like, maybe you got a lawsuit against somebody, or somebody's got a lawsuit against you, or maybe you're trying to break up the business, or maybe you're about to get a divorce. Maybe this is about child custody. It's about alimony. It's about support. But it can also be about wanting to go into business or wanting to go into partnership with someone, okay, and trying to get the legalities of it together, okay? And someone coming back and saying, okay, I've done this, 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 and this. Or this could be about you going into negotiations. Remember I said it's like a negotiation, going into negotiations with someone. Well, if that's the case, what you want is you want the best deal for yourself that you can get. Chattering, success, and a wedding. That chattering card, remember I said it's like a deception? could be, but it could also be about in a sense, some kind of argument. These are swords cards. Maybe this could be like petty arguments. All right, let's pull one angel answer card. I know that was kind of confusing. I feel as though I'm leaving something out and I didn't quite explain it the right way. But the cards are really, the tarot themselves are very, very subtle in what they're telling me. And I can't quite pick up exactly. There are a lot of nuances in this particular spread. And then the Endovenas are speaking to me in another way on top of this. So one angel answer card. If this did not answer your question, I'm not even sure if I explained this right. I feel as though I'm missing something. Then hopefully this can give you some, I don't know, counsel or advice. So please formulate your question in your mind. Whatever was not answered by this, I don't even know what this is. A year from now. A year from now. And remember I said it's about timing? It's like the time wasn't right. And because this is judgment, judgment is ruled by Pluto. So this is about a change in the balance of power. That's what Pluto does. Pluto comes in to change the balance of power in situations. But it also asks you, are you willing to accept the consequences and or the rewards of your behavior and your actions? You see, you're going to have to give your account. Okay? So maybe this speaks about a year from now. You know, something coming about a year from now. All right. Jesus, I hope that message helped some of you out there. I hope it wasn't too confusing. If you want to comment, you can come over to the website and go to the tab that says YouTube comments. Come over and let me hear about it if you choose to. I'm not exactly sure what this is telling me. This could be either, you know, it could be any sign. So I'm not going to ascribe it to a particular zodiac sign. These would just be the qualities: a business owner, someone who's good with finances, someone who's grounded. We're going to just take that energy and see, these are different energies. This is somebody who's very grounded, and this is somebody who lives in their head. Okay? They live in their head. They're the ideas person. This is the person that can get things done. Maybe that helps. All right. Until next time, namaste.